back, Awakening Beauties, and very happy New Year to you. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I give you a hearty welcome. My name is Robin, and I have to change my opening because last year was a no-buy year for me. And I have a full playlist for my no-buy year if you want to catch up and see how that went. So how am I going to open these videos now without saying I'm doing a no-buy year? We'll have to figure that out together. Today is actually New Year's Eve that I'm filming this. So I've been spending a little time writing this morning and thinking about what my goals are for the upcoming year. And I'll be recording that video very shortly. But I wanted to dive into this new makeup that I got for Christmas that my husband got me. And some of the things were a surprise and some of the things maybe weren't such a surprise because I may or may not have placed the order on Sephora and just gave him the box to get. So anyways, he got me some things though that really surprised me that I wasn't expecting. And I was doing some traveling during Christmas and got back a day and a half ago. I want to dive into some of this new makeup and play with it, and maybe we'll talk about life a little bit, but I'll also give my first impressions of some of this makeup. And if I'm able to, I will do a follow-up later tonight on how it worked. Because this is New Year's Eve. So what better time to play with makeup and do a little more glamorous look than for New Year's Eve? I've already done my skincare. And I am going to start though with the Urban Decay All Nighter Primer, since I do want this look to last. So one of the things that you will be noticing in the upcoming weeks, hopefully it won't take more than a couple of weeks, because of the business that my husband has where he makes custom headbands and he has to take good photographs of his products to put online to sell them, and also because I have this little YouTube channel which hopefully it will continue to grow in the new year. I have ordered some studio lights, some cheap ones. I didn't spend a lot of money. It is a business write-off, so I ordered it through our business Amazon account. A couple other things that I ordered that will change the look of my recording space, and I'll have better lighting in here, which will be a real blessing, I can tell you that. I'm also going to go ahead and put on my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to use the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is something I discovered late last year, and it has become my favorite eyeshadow primer. I have some more expensive ones, like the Urban Decay one, but this Milani is really a little workhorse, and I like it a lot. I've grown to really appreciate how well this works and what a good formula this is. Oh, my eye is a-twitching, my eye is a-twitching, why is my eye twitching now? Yes, my eye is twitching. I don't know if it's showing on camera, but you know, that little annoying little twitching, that is what it's doing. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the eye look because I don't know how this palette is going to behave. I got for Christmas the new NATASHA DENONA XENON palette with grays and silvers and charcoals. And isn't she a beauty? Oh, she's so beautiful. Let's do this together. So satisfying. So if you can just see, and you've probably seen other beauty influencers who have talked about this palette. It's gotten some mixed reviews. I was sort of surprised to hear, but I think it's just that there are so many shades that are very similar. And I do think, and we'll have to see when I start playing with this, I do think that there were some shades that, you know, maybe it's a missed opportunity that she could have added to this instead of almost duplicating a bunch of colors in here. But I'm not throwing no shade on the shades. It is a beautiful palette. I've never done a swatch video before. I've swatched them and kind of tried to show you guys, but I don't know, is that something that you would want to see? I know it's something I like to see, but I just don't feel like I'm really great at that. I'm new to all of this, so just doing my best. So how are we gonna start? This is sort of intimidating, I gotta say. Okay, I'm gonna swatch these darker colors up here to see how dark they actually get and what they look on my skin. So starting with Ebb, that's a charcoal. It's kind of a satin finish. It's not really sparkly, but it's not a matte either. So Ebb, and we've got Splash. Splash is a darker formula. It has a little more yellow, whereas Ebb has a little more blue. And this is Splash right here, and this is Ebb. And now Night Sky. Okay, Night Sky is a creamy formula, and it's much darker than the rest of them. So we've got Ebb, I went out of order. We got Ebb, Splash, and Night Sky. And then there's a sparkly, very like gunmetal gray. Let me go ahead and swatch that. It's called Cygnus. Yeah, that's nice. That is a very wet looking formula. And the sparkles, I see like blue and pink in there, which is really pretty actually. So that's Cygnus right there. And then there is, well, it's called Greu, G-R-E-U. I don't know how you say that. And it looks very silvery. And it is. It's a very silver sparkle as well. It doesn't look as wet as Cygnus looks. And then for some of the lighter colors in here, we have Snurl, which has sort of a blue undertone to it. That's Snurl. And then there's a color called Flurry that looks very stone-like. Yeah, that color, I don't know. It barely even shows up on my hand. It doesn't really show up. Then we've got Contrail, which is white. And, you know, I'm having a hard time getting that to show up on my skin tone as well. This one I like, though. This is called Rhyme. And this is, I would call it a creamy satin formula, and that is really showing up on my hand there. And then there's Blizzard. Now Blizzard is a lot like Flirt. It's sort of between Flurry and Contrail. It's like a light blue-gray right there. And then there's Stellar, and that is a very wet looking topper type formula. And then Supersonic, which is more of a silver sparkly color. So that was Rhyme, and that was Stellar, and that was Supersonic. I'm just gonna get started and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna start with Ebb. I want to pack on sort of the darkest colors, because sometimes I find that if you lay down like a transition color, a lighter color, then it's almost like it mixes with whatever color you put on top of it, and you can't ever get to that as dark as you want a color to go, that it should be able to go, that it goes when you're swatching it. But once you have put it on top of something lighter, so that's just kind of a tip, that if you're having trouble with getting the full like payoff and darkness and richness of a color, try putting it on first, even though it seems a little scary. But just remember, it can always be blended out and toned down, usually with what you blend on top of it or around it. And if you can't, then you can always take it off and start over. Okay, so that was sort of the lightest and creamiest. I do want to try out Splash. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. I'm gonna skip Splash. It has a different tone than Ebb does, but Night Sky I think was the darkest. So let me just pack on some of the Night Sky right here. Yeah, I'm doing a real smoky look, which I don't usually do. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this comes out. It may look horrible. This may be a complete fail of an eye look. I just don't know yet. We will find out. Okay, I'm gonna take some of that Snurl color, which was just this color right here, and just sort of blend out the edges with that. there was this really beautiful snow bow color. And so I really want to make the most of that color. It's like a lavender, opal, like a, what's the word? Iridescent. It's kind of like iridescent. And I do want that to really show on this look. Oh, that's so pretty. That's really pretty. Do need to do some blending up in here. Just gonna start like the lower lash line, get that going a little bit. And I'm using that ebb color with a smudge brush. I'm just figuring this out, you guys. I did watch a few people, I can't even remember because it's been a few days ago. I did watch a few different like tutorials that people did reviewing this palette. I don't even remember what colors they used or what order they went. I'm just trying to figure this out on my own. And I will probably go back and watch those videos again. Taking some Contrail, which is the lightest color, because I just feel like this got really dark in the corner. And I'm gonna bring that up to my brow bone. Yeah, I am not a makeup professional. And I'm really just a novice. I've been learning a lot about makeup over the past year and a half. Because I went several years, as many of us did, during the years that we don't want to talk about, being very simple in my makeup approach and not wearing a lot of makeup. So it's sort of new for me to be playing with all these kinds of colors. You know, I'm trying not to be nervous about it. I'm just going in with the darkest color, the night sky, and just trying to deepen up that outer corner to create more of a crease, because I feel like it lost some of that definition. I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush to try to just fluff it out. Okay, let's go in with Stellar, which is this color here. I'm going to do the inner corner with Stellar. From what I can tell, let me look with my magnifying mirror. There's a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna wipe that away with a makeup wipe. I'll go back and finish the eyes up after I do my complexion products. For my complexion products, I don't have any new complexion products, so I'm just going to use my NARS Light Illuminating Foundation. But I do have a new makeup brush. I have the Hourglass Ambient makeup brush. So very excited to use this because I've heard good things about it. I always work in light layers when I'm putting on foundation. I don't want to go ham on it and have regrets about it. I'd rather go in light layers. Yeah, this is nice. This brush is nice. Oh, hey there. Nice to see you're still with me. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, it would mean a lot to me if you could give this video a like. And if you're not subscribed, and something like 80% of you or something aren't subscribed, why not? It doesn't cost you anything. This is totally free content. And if you're really brave, hit that notification bell. But I promise I'm not going to bombard you with too many videos because there's so much content out there. I know you don't have the time, and I appreciate the time to sit and watch this video. So that's all I got to say. Back to the video. The funny thing about this NATASHA DENONA palette is that I have some makeup to declutter, and that's going to be a video one day. I'm going to try to film it next weekend. We'll see if I can get to it next weekend, because it just feels very intimidating, you know. I have a big medicine cabinet that's mirrored with 3 sections, and it's all full, and it's all my stuff because my husband and I don't share the bathroom. He uses the guest bathroom, and he has for 20 years, so don't feel sorry for him. He's got his own bathroom. It's the guest bathroom. And all the stuff in there is mine. Everything needs to be taken out, and the shelves need to be cleaned because they're just, you know, dust builds up over time. So it's just a very daunting project that I have to get to, and I will get to it eventually. But every time I think about filming that, I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for it. But the fact that I got new makeup for Christmas, and this was the new makeup sponges that he got me. This is from a company called Make Up Your Mind. And well, it's called Lemon Lavender is the company, Make Up Your Mind. I thought it was a scent when I was opening it. I was like, oh, did these smell like lemon lavender? No. No. And really, this sponge, because I dampened it before I came in here, it grew like twice its size, which, that's what she said. Which the Beauty Blender doesn't grow this much when you dampen it. So I was really, really surprised by that. I just wanted to blend that down. Now I don't have any, like I said, don't have any new complexion products. I've been finding that this e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer that comes in a pen that you click up, I like to start with this. This is how I've started using it. And hopefully it's not empty. So I like to start with it because basically for me, it acts as sort of a color corrector. Like it brings down some of the blue that I have at my inner corner, which was probably not a good idea to go in with all that gray right at the inner corner of my eye. But I like to start with this, just a very light layer, and just sort of dab that in with my finger because it's a really nice formula. It's a thin formula, but you can build on it. And I like to start with that before I do any of my another concealer, just because I find that it works really well to like bring down if you've got blue or green from your veins at the inner corners of your eyes, or if you have it under your eyes, if you have blueness under your eyes. So anyways, that's what's working for me. I took the tip off of this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer because I hate that. I wish that they would make a little pump or something for this product because I hate those sponges. And usually I like to start with my finger, just dabbing where I want things. Just kind of concentrating it at the inner part of my eye. Then I take the little kitten's paw brush from the BK Beauty Handy Hot and Flashy set. All of the brushes pretty much that I'm using are those. They're so good. I want more of those BK Beauty brushes. They have so many, like the Nikki LaRose ones that just came out over the past couple of months. They look amazing, but they're pricey. But that may be in my beauty budget for later this year, or maybe I'll just have to wait for my birthday again to get some brushes. I feel like my nose looks so red today. I wonder if I can bring some of that down. I don't know. I don't know why it looks so red. The next product I'm going to use is this GivenchyPrisme Libre powder. And I have the color Satin Blanc. There must be a film on it, right? So I'm just gonna pour a little bit into the cap. It's got 4 different colors that mix together. How do I want to apply this? Well, I definitely want some under my eyes, so I'm gonna use a beauty blender to pick it up. That feels really nice. I just want to sort of place it where I want it. Is that this? Ah, it smells so good. Ah, it's got like a very light rose kind of floral scent. And if you like that kind of thing, that really smells really nice. That is lovely. That is really like just sort of blurring my skin. Yeah, it's almost like giving me, it looks like I have a filter over my skin. That's really nice. Well done, Givenchy. Love it. I want to play with some of my new stuff, so I'm going to play with the Westman Atelier contouring stick. I got it in the color Biscuit. I've never used a contour stick, so I think I have this e.l.f. brush for contour. Maybe I'll use that. Or maybe I'll just, oh God. take a chunk out of it with my fingernail. Can't have nice things. Okay, I just want to do a little contouring. Took that chunk and smeared it into my hand. Feels very nice. I've been using the e.l.f. Putty bronzer, and I swear you put it on and then you blend it out and it just completely blends away to nothing, that you can't even tell that you put anything on. But I still use it. I'm just hopeful. I want to put some like right here to try to hide the little imperfections. I think I'll go ahead and do my brows. I got the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I played with it in the store. I've never been like a high-end type person. All the products that I've ever used have pretty much been drugstore products. And I've really been getting into the brow pencils this year. It was not something I typically spent a lot of time working on my brows, but this year I've gotten into the brows. Very nice. It has a very fine tip so that you can really get those fine strokes. I don't like pencils that you have to sharpen. That goes for pretty much all makeup pencils, like lip pencils, brow, eyeliners. I would rather have things that you don't have to sharpen. Wooden pencils, but they never work great for me. Well, I shouldn't say that. I just don't prefer them. I find this easier, especially for travel, that you don't have to take a sharpener with you. I was telling a story and then I completely forgot. I got off track talking about I need to do a declutter. So the funny thing was I was going to do a declutter. I am going to do a declutter. And one of the palettes I have is like one I put together myself a long time ago from MAC. It was a quad, and I'm just using the Grande Brow as I need a new brow gel too. And the colors were the silvers and grays and a black, and I never was happy with that quad that I put together. I rarely wear it. And so I'm like, I've had these for so long. I've got to declutter them. That's the plan. And now, because I have this palette, I won't feel bad about getting rid of those colors. That's why I didn't get rid of them, because I was like, I can't really replace them this year, which, for my no-buy year. So I just held on to them in case I wanted to do a look with silver and black. But that black was never black enough. I'm just going to take an eyeliner, an angled brush, and do my eyeliner with this darkest color here and hope it'll show up. Just creating a little wing out there. And I don't want to take it in too far. I'm just going to keep it on the outer half of my eye. Gosh, I love that Prisme Libre powder. That is looking so nice. There is quite a bit of fallout I'm seeing though. Am I just asking for fallout by doing that? These are so similar. This is Neve and Stellar on my pinky. They are very, very, very similar. Almost hard to tell them apart, Natasha. But I'm using the Stellar for my inner corner. I'm just bringing some back because I lost some of that when I put on my concealer. I do declare that is looking really pretty. And I'm gonna take the smallest little brush and just kind of fluff this out a little bit, smoke it out a little bit. I didn't put any product on it, going over what's already there. I do declare I have a smoky eye. My eyes are smoking out. I'm just gonna take a little makeup wipe because, and this seems to happen, it might be my eye shape, that this, I always get a nice lift, but this side tends to fall a little bit. So I'm just gonna take the makeup wipe and then go back in with a little powder to clean it up. And since I got such a sharpness on that one, maybe I'll do it on this side too. Okay, that got pretty sharp. Okay, I feel like it's time to spray my eyes just to let I didn't bring a highlighter in here. I almost feel like I could use one of these colors as a highlighter, but I'm not going to. I don't want to ruin it. Just stop while you're ahead. I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just bronze up a little bit. Look at this. I really hit pan with that. So it's going to be time for the new bronzer soon. I'm going to get the L'Oreal Infallible because it's budget friendly and I've only heard great things about it from like everybody who uses it. So I had to go and get my mascara because I forgot to bring that in here. I only have one mascara right now. And I'm really glad that I did because in here, the light, which isn't that bright, again, I'm getting studio lights, so it'll help me do these types of videos. But the thing that I noticed in the bathroom was that this was looking very patchy. So I'm gonna go back in with Ebb, the first color I started with, and just kind of try to build it up a little bit and blend it because it was looking in my bathroom. This was looking very patchy. I don't know why. I would say that this palette is not beginner friendly. It's taking me a little more work than some of her other palettes that sort of want to blend themselves together and that are just very, you know, any level of makeup artist or general public. I go in with Blizzard. Let's see what happens. Let's just see. Hey, we may screw it up, but we may not. I'm going in with Blizzard, which is that light white color. Seeing if I can just sort of lighten and blend that out. There's something about this formula. I don't know. It doesn't seem as much like her other formulas. I don't know how it's showing up on camera. The color that I did as a liner color, it has just disappeared. This color has just completely disappeared. I used the darkest color. So let me just go back and stamp it back in. I wish that she had put a really pigmented black in here that would be a great liner. Like she has in her My Dream palette, there is a black in there that works. I'm pretty sure there's a black in there that works really well as a liner. But this is not working great as a liner. And this is the darkest color in the palette. For, you know, for this kind of money, you would really want something a little more, I think. I think some of the colors are too similar and that there's a missed opportunity in this palette for certain colors, like a black, a matte black. This is the color of the palette though. This snow bow is really beautiful. It's truly the star of the palette. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of the sparkly, the Cygnus color, the sparkly black, and put some of that over top of here. Okay, I'm gonna stop there with the eyes. I don't want to make it any worse. I'm gonna do my mascara. I'm gonna do a little more, actually, of the Urban Decay. Let that dry before I do the mascara. Now for the thing that I'm very excited to play with, and I'm not sure which blush I'm gonna use. For Christmas, I got this Tower 28 Beach Please color. It's a cream blush and very like red, like a light red color, but it's such a nice formula. It's kind of not what I'm going for this look, so I'm gonna forego using that one. I do have these NARS, and I realized when I took one of them with me, one of the colors with me on vacation, and I realized that they were very reminiscent of Cheek Heat. I think they're Maybelline Cheek Heat that I had gotten earlier this year. I had gotten a color that was like a peach color. And so these are the colors. That pack came with 3 colors. We have Dolce Vita, Orgasm, and Orgasm Blush. I took Orgasm Blush with me on vacation. I'm gonna start with the Dolce Vita. Theoretically, this should cover me for a highlighter because I didn't bring a highlighter in here. So that's very pretty. It's very subtle. It's got some sheen. It looks very skin-like though. You know, some blushes you put them on and you're like, ah, that's very pretty. All right, let's just try one of the other colors. Let's just go ahead and try. I'm gonna try Orgasm. Why not? So this is a lighter pink color. Put that right up front. That's pretty. I like that. I don't want to go overboard with the blush because the eyes are so dramatic. I am not used to wearing this much dark makeup on my eyes. Let me go ahead and just do my mascara. I'm using the liquid lash extensions from Thrive Cosmetics. And as you guys know, I am on the hunt for mascara. I'm looking for my mascara soulmate. This used to be my mascara soulmate, but I feel like there's probably another one out there for me. And I just have to discover her. And I have a list that I've been starting of both drugstore and higher end mascaras to try. I'm gonna have a budget for myself for what I can spend every month. It's gonna be, I think $200 is gonna be my budget for trying out beauty products. And it's easy to spend $200 on just a few products if you're buying high end. So, you know, it may end up not being that much. I may end up not spending that much every month. But for now, that's kind of what I'm thinking, $200 for product review. Because I know I appreciate unbiased product reviews from people, and I would like to do that too, because I am 51 years old, and you know, what works for a 20-year-old isn't necessarily going to work for my age group. So I like to watch women who are in my age group, you know, trying products and giving unbiased, unsponsored opinions. Everybody's skin is a little bit different, so, you know, what works for one person isn't necessarily going to work for another. Yeah, there is a lot of fallout with that makeup palette, I will say. Got a lot of sparklies on my face. I didn't get any new lip products, so I'm just going to do I wrote a couple of things in here to possibly use, but I'm going to use Thrive Cosmetics lip liner in Jessie. It's a very, you know, it's just a very nude color. Very neutral, or almost my lip color, but just with a little bit of peach in it. This is not one of my favorites from this color, because it just really doesn't show up on my lips. I guess because it's just so close to my lip color. And this formula is definitely not one of my favorite formulas of lip liner. This is the NYX lip pencil in the color Coffee. I got it right at the beginning of last year. I had ordered it on December 31st. Hey, exactly a year ago. I ordered some products on Amazon, and this is one of them. And I don't like this formula. It's too stiff, you know, like I'm using this color to create a shadow under my lip to just kind of make my lip look bigger, but I have to work so hard for this. So this is definitely a color that I like the color, but I'm going to replace with a different formula. You know, NYX has other formulas as well, and some of their formulas I've really liked, but this is just not one that I like. So this is one that is going to get decluttered, and I will replace it with something else. Yeah, see, the color is really pretty, but I just feel like I have to push and push and push and push to get it to work. I have a freckle right here, and it always kind of makes me feel like I've gone outside of my lip line. So what I've been doing is taking a little bit of concealer on a brush and just, I might as well get both sides, going over it to create a better lip line. It's that freckle though. That freckle always, it makes me feel like I've gone outside the line. Okay, that's better, right? You can see the difference, right? It's not just in my head. And then I'm going to use my Christian Dior Nude Look Velvet is the color. But look, for a lipstick that was that expensive, I just don't feel like that should be happening. And I bought this last December, right before I started my no-buy year, and I haven't worn it that much. I don't know. I don't love it. Don't love it. Can't love it. I do have City Lips in the color Pink Nude. And this has gotten the lips have gotten darker than what I wanted. So I'm going to go in with this and see if I can lighten it up. That's better. A little bit more setting spray. Well, it's not my favorite look I've ever done, but it is pretty. I think it's pretty. And it's different for me. And let's get the hair fixed and then come back and assess. Okay, here is the finished look. What do you think? Well, I hope you have enjoyed this little kind of a chat, kind of a makeup try on. And if I have any additional thoughts about this makeup and how it wears, I will pin it as a comment below. Hey guys, it's like 7 hours later and I just wanted to give an update on my eyeshadow because it is not holding up. First of all, I do definitely need to play with these eyeshadows. Ooh, got too close. I do gotta play with these a bit more because I wasn't really that happy with how the look came out, but I do want to show you, and I hope that the forward-facing camera will pick up on this, but take a look at my eyes. I'm seeing like a lot of separation in the color, especially in the crease. And I did use my regular eyeshadow primer that I always use. And I mean, what I'm seeing, especially if I like look in my magnifying mirror, well, there's a lot of fallout. I don't know if the camera is picking up all of that fallout, but yeah, the separation that happened in the eyeshadow itself, which I don't usually get that with my other Natasha Denona palettes. The powder is looking good. It didn't like get caked up, and you know, I have fine lines and I've been smiling a lot and laughing a lot this whole day. So, you know, it's obviously when you smile, you have little wrinkles and it will go, your things will separate, but I'm really liking the way that the powder looked. My mascara is really flaking, which normally that doesn't happen either, but the blush, the NARS blush, has lost its illuminating effect. I do notice that. The color is still there, but it's not quite as like luminous as it was when I first applied it. Brows look okay. I mean, overall, I just don't think that my makeup looks that great. And for only being really, I mean, I think it's only been just over 6 hours since I finished filming. This is not a great makeup wear day. So I'm gonna keep playing with that palette, but I just thought I would give an update as to how the makeup was doing after less than a full day. You know, I have to say, let's just kind of review what I tried on today that was new. The Natasha Denona XENON palette. I think there's a mini of this palette that maybe came out before this one came out. And I almost feel like with 5 or 6 shades, you could have just gotten the job done without all the extra shades. And I do feel like there's some things that are missing from this. Like I said, like a really dark matte black would have been really good to add to this palette. I can't even really see the eyeliner on my upper lashes that I tried to create with the darkest black that was in here. Blendability, I didn't feel like the colors were as blendable. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not used to working with dark grays and charcoals and things like that. So, and there was some shades in here that just really were too similar. Really just felt like they were just too similar. So I'm glad that I have this. I'm a little underwhelmed. Sorry, I'm a little underwhelmed. The Givenchy, mwah, love it. I felt like like I had a filter over my skin when I used this. It's been very nice. I hope it wears very well. We'll see. The Westman Atelier contour stick, really like that. My thumb loved sticking it right in there. User error as usual, but I love it. I really like the color. It's not too cool. It's not too warm, because some of those contour sticks are very orange. And this one is a really great color. This is the color Biscuit. I'm just talking about the things that I tried for the first time. The NARS Mini Afterglow Liquid Blushes. I've tried all 3 colors, and I love these. I love that little subtle glow that it gives to your cheeks. And I'm not big on that's why I really don't have any highlighters, because it just, to me, looks fake, and sometimes it looks very patchy. Sometimes it like lifts the makeup underneath it. And but something like this, one of like these products, is a good option where you do get that like lit from within, that glow from within. I mean, look at this glow. That's really pretty. So these are a hit. I love these. Anastasia Brow Wiz, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Really good. It was easy to use. Color is good, and I really like that you can get hair-like strokes with it, and this was really good. I think that was all the new products that I used. So anyways, thank you for joining me. If you have any questions about any of the products that I used in this video, you can leave them down below. If you have any comments or suggestions of products that you think that I might like, and now that my no-buy year is over, please feel free to comment on those below. Please feel free to comment on what kind of content you would like to see from me this year. I'm not really niched down. I cover a wide variety of topics, from spirituality to beauty to health to fashion. So anyways, if you'd like to see some of that kind of content, let me know. And I'm definitely keeping that in mind for the videos that I'm going to be doing this year. Thanks so much. I hope you had an awesome Christmas and New Year's. And it's now 2024, and you know what? You're doing great.